Hello everybody, Alex here from Snake on Exotics, and today we're going to be moving around some animals. So we've got some animals that have gone to forever homes and stuff like that. We've got animals that are in temporary housing for sort of quarantine before they came and stuff like that. So we're going to move some bodies today, put them in then display tanks and stuff like that. So that's going to be really, really cool today. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell for me, and we'll crack on with today's jobbos. Wahaha. So I think what we'll do, we'll start with a little bit of feeding, and then we're going to do some moving around, setting people up, and getting everybody set where I want them to be. That's going to be the main plan today. We'll have other jobs going on that we potter around and do, but that's our main one today. The main thing is we want Cinnamon on display, because he's ready now. We do need to move some other ones around, but I'm not quite sure where they're going to go yet. The spiny tail monitor needs to move into a different tank. It's just too big of a tank for him, he's getting lost. But I've got to go, my phone's ringing. Okay, so in here we have our little buddy, the bearded dragon, and he's been pooing, and he's been eating really well for us. So we give him some extra boogies. Okay, little man. We're gonna let some jump out. We're gonna see if he's gonna go on the hunt. If he doesn't go on the hunt, we're gonna tweezer some to him, and I've got to put some water in his water bottle as well. He's only got a dribble at the bottom. Only got a dribble at the bottom. Okay, buddy. Oh, I think he sees him. Don't jump at the box. Yeah, look. He chucks him out. Oh, he's attacking the box. Yeah, look. They're everywhere, look. I think he's going to go on the hunt. Oh, I'm losing him everywhere. I've got to put the lid back on. Okay, you got plenty in there now, buddy. You just got to spot him. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, little bit. Oh, he got one. Yes, I wasn't looking. He got one. Yes, little dude. That's what we like. So they're covered in calcium and vitamins. Our secret blend of herbs and spices. Yes. It's not a secret like KFC. We tells everybody what it is. Oh, yes. Oh, he's going around smashing everybody now. I put in about 5 or 6, I think, off that I've seen. Maybe a little bit more. I think he's seen some more. There's some hiding behind that piece of wood. What are you gonna do, buddy? You gonna get some more? You gonna get some more? They're everywhere. They're wandering around. They've got their leggies on. What are you doing, eh? I'll see if I can get one close to him. Come on, Locust. Play the game. What? Where'd he go? You gonna find it? You got the hiccups? Looks like he's got the hiccups. Come on, buddy, one more for me. Come on, you can do one more. Whoop. One more, look, see? They're everywhere, they're all running around, jumping. See? Stop being lazy. Grab yourself a locust. There's one right by your bum. Oh, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Now, you're going to have to move because I've got to fill your water bottle up. Yes. Yes. You're going to have to move, buddy, or I'm going to have to pick it up and move it out the way because it's a little bit too small for me. Come here, buddy. Come on, out. He's so tiny. Look how tiny he is. He's only equal. Sit there for me. Okay. I can grab this. Yes, you can see the camera. And there we go. Fresh water for our little man. So he's all ready to go. He's got multiple in there for him to munch today. That should keep him happy and well fed. So I tend to do locusts because I've found there can be a disease that you can get from the crickets. So just for peace of mind, I don't feed any crickets to any desert species, just locusts. Mealworms, Mario worms, Dubai roaches. But at the moment, he's a little bit small and he seems to like locusts. So he's smashing the locusts. we are going to be starting to put a little veg bowl in there for him, so he gets an idea what that is. Because at the moment he's on 90% live food, 10% veg. The idea behind that is so he gets an idea what the veg is. So when he's older, he's an adult, and he's on 90% veg, 10% live food, he knows what the veg is, and he'll eat it a lot easier than what it would if we didn't give him any at the moment. Okie dokie then, so we're going to start the move. So what we're going to do is I've got a big white tank, 3 foot, which is going to be lovely. I'm going to stack that on top of the 4 foot. We've got nothing big enough to go in the 4 foot at the moment, so that one's going to say spare. It's what we had the poorly bearded dragon in. It has been completely disinfected and it is clean now, but I still leave it empty for a couple of weeks just to make sure anything in there dies. But F10 destroys 99.99% of stuff, so there's not much going to last. So we're going to put that on top of there, then we're going to get it set up. All I've got to add, I've just got to plug some stuff in, a lot of the equipment's still up there. Then we can move cinnamon down into here, and then, or maybe the normal. And then I want to do some other moving around as well. Every animal is going to be in a proper tank on display, sort of. Maybe one's going to be in display in the back room, the other one's going to be display in front. Okay, let's see if we can lift it. Hopefully, we should be able to. It's not too heavy, so whether I can lift it up that high. Okay, I've got it. Let's give you a little bit of a jiggle. Aha, okay. Ah, perfectamundo tanky opus maximus. So this tank isn't perfect. I didn't install the equipment. This is a little bit far over that way. You want to be a little bit more this way. You only want enough to fit your fist down this side, so you can get to the stuff to undo it. This one, it's almost in the middle of the tank, so we're gonna have to run it a little bit lower, just so we make sure we've got a hot end and a cold end, because otherwise the tank's just going to be one temperature if this is in the middle. So we're going to check everything running at the right temperatures, we check everything's going to be good, and then we can add one of our snakes in there. Still temporary quarantine, so they're still on tissue and minimalistic tanks at the moment. And then as soon as they've been pooing and I've checked everybody's healthy and they're feeding, they can all go onto substrate and stuff like that. So stages of settling in and stages of quarantine. So we are going to do a little bit of handling. So all our new ones, we're doing a little bit of a handling session, because I need to check the behaviours, the characteristics of that, if they're sensitive to touch on their head, or if they're sensitive to anything like that. So I like giving them a full run through test on behaviour, attitude and stuff like that, because if I'm going to sell it to somebody with a seal of approval that it's tame and it's not going to bite and stuff like that, I have to make sure that I'm not lying. So I make sure I do all the tests first, make sure I know the, can't think of the proper word, the temperament, that's it, the temperament of the snake, so I know if he's just a plodder or if he's going to be a little bit funny at times. So and I pick and choose which ones have the right behaviour for the right customer, as long as the customer wants that snake. But there's no point me having a really aggressive nasty snake and selling it to a beginner with young people, because it's just going to cause problems. They're going to get scared and it's going to ruin their experience in the trade, so in the hobby. So that will ruin everything, and then they'll give it up pretty quick. But if they have a nice tame snake that suits them perfectly, there's a chance of them staying in the hobby for a lot longer and maybe having more animals and stuff like that. So that's why I really make sure that I know what the snake's temperaments are like. Okay, so I've got most of that done now. I'm just going to jump on, do the electrics, get everything turned on. Then we can go grab ourselves a snake. We'll take some of the stuff out of her enclosure and put it all in there, and we can release him into there, and then we can jump on to our next snake. Well, hey, she's all lit up, ready to go. Let's grab ourselves a snake-o. Wahaha. So in here, we have our lovely normal royal. Hello. Hey, beautiful. Looking good. Yeah. What we're going to do, we're going to get her out, we'll do a little bit of handling, and then we're going to put her into a new enclosure. So we're going to get you set up, sort of. Let me sort you out. There we go. So here we go. So she's looking absolutely beautiful, but we need to check her, forgot the word again, her behaviours and her how she's going to react to stuff, basically. So what we're going to do, we'll just touch her on the nose. Didn't get much of a reaction, so she's only moved a tiny bit from touching on the nose. Sometimes you'll touch them on the nose and they'll go right back like this because they think that someone's trying to attack their face, because their face is their only defence. So if something bites them or anything like that, all they can do is bite. They can't kick, they can't punch because they got no legs, they got no arms. So all they can do is bite. So that is their main defence. So what they don't want to do is anything to damage their head, because that's it. They got no way of defending themselves, they got no way of eating, and they'll end up passing away. So that's what they want to protect. That's why they roll themselves up into a ball. That's where they get the name ball python, because they're protecting their head. Their body can take a lot of abuse. They're really good at healing and stuff like that. But anything that affects her brain, they're gonna have problems or anything like that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna see if we can just grab the head. Hey, beautiful. Have a little go, can we? So she is new, we haven't done any of this before. So there we go, I've got the head. So I'm not holding it hard. If she pulls out, see, there she go. She can just pull out nice and easy, no stress. So we do it again. Oh, she knows what I'm doing now. She's like, no, I don't like it. But we've got to make sure that we can touch her everywhere, just in case she goes to a young children or anything like that, and they touch her on the head. We don't want anyone getting bit. So we've got her now. I was just going with her. Absolutely fine, doing really well. Tiny bit stressed out, tiny bit. That's why she's trying to wiggle away from me. But she's not trying to attack. She's not getting aggressive or anything like that. So I'm happy with actually how she's doing. A couple more days of handling and stuff like that. She knows what I'm doing now, so she's trying to hide her head from me. So I've got her now, like this. And then we can just close round. And then that's proper head time. Once I can close my hand around it and have her head in my hand completely, that is completion of the training, because she's fully letting us have control over her whole body and she is completely defenseless then. So it might take a couple of handling sessions and stuff like that, but I'm not worried about him at all. He can do really well. Absolutely stunning male common royal. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I say common, he's basically not showing any morphs. He's going to be, his brothers and sisters are going to be quite heavily morphed and stuff like that, but he's not showing any of the morphs or mutations or anything like that. So that's why they class him as a normal. But he's so pretty and he's got so many markings on him. Normally a normal, very, very dark, not loads of markings on him. It's mainly for camouflage and stuff like that. But absolutely stunning this one is. I like all the white that highlights all the markings. Really, really nice. So let's go put him in a tank. Okay, so I've got her hide, which we're going to put in the cold end, which is behind you. Also got a nice piece of cork bark for her to rub on. Helps her start her shed, because they start the shed at the face. So it gives her something to rub on to start getting the shed off, so she can start shedding a little bit easier. So I'll put that there. And now we have our lovely, lovely snake. So what we usually do with the snake is we try and aim their head into a hide. So we're going to see if she wants to go in the hide. Hey, beautiful. A little bit big of a tank. A little bit more secluded. You're in the back, but you are on display. There you go, there's the hide, look. And there we go. She's going to slide off into the hide. Nice and chilled. That's it done. If I touch her on the tail, I normally go a little bit faster. Oh, she's putting her tail in. That's different. Normally they carry on going forward, but she did reverse. I don't know. Funny snakes they are sometimes. So all I've got to do in here now is I'll get the watering can, I'll top up her water bowl, and snake all ready and done. Proper job. Okay, so this is where the cinnamon's going. Bottom tank's already clean, already ready to go. We've got water bowl, fake plant. I've just made this nice hide. So we're going to put this one here. You can have the plants going over the top of it like that, making it look very nice. I really like that. I like making cork bark hides. When we get him down, his hide's going to go over here. There's a little bit of a wood bridge thing he's got, and then that'll be him set up. So we'll get him down, I'll do a little bit of handling, we can put him in the tank. I'll pre-set you up this time so we're ready to go with no problems. Okay, so, oh, hello big boy. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. He's a lot bigger than what we usually have come in. It's really quite thick. So, he's that thick. Just touching my fingers, just tip. He's that thick. Really, really quite thick. Really, really nice boy. He's still got a bit of stuck shed on him though, I've noticed. I know, mate, you've got a bit of stuck shed. So we'll have to give him a little bit of a bath. So once we had him come in, we'll have them settled, we fed them, and then now is the point, once they've settled and had a feed, they will be doing any shedding problems and stuff like that. Got a tiny bit just at the back of his neck. I'm going to see if I can just roll my finger. He's not super keen on it because I'm close to his head. Hey buddy. It's right there. You might be able to just see it on the back of his neck. Hey buddy, can Alex have a little go? Oh, okay. I'm alright. I got most of it. He does need a little bit of a bath. It's almost gone a little bit scabby. So there's nothing else on him. The rest of him's completely fine. It's just that little bit on his head. Ain't it, mate? Everything else is fine. So we can do the same thing. We'll get him in the position. We'll tap him on the nose. Not bothered at all. Barely even moving. Great news. Okay, we'll try holding his head. He's letting us do that. Really, really nice. That's great news. Well, should I go for the extreme one? So let's grab his head and close. Or not quite at close stage yet. Not quite at close stage. But again, extremely happy with the temperaments and handling abilities. Super, super cool. So they're from Africa. They live in slight forest to shrubland, and they love living in termite hills, because termites can control the temperature. Sorry, we don't make you flinch. Can control the temperature in their termite mounds. So I'm not sure how they do it. They can thermoregulate, and they can let heat out, and they can warm it up, and they keep it right as they like it. So they tend to make a little bit of a hole underneath, so they get a nice perfect temperature for them. So really, really cool. Other nicknames, you've got royal python, ball python, cowpat python. It's basically just because he rolls up in a ball. The royal python is from the royalty in Africa. Used to wear them as jewellery. Kind of a status figure that they've got a snake. One, they've got enough money to have a pet snake and they can afford to look after it and stuff like that. The second one is there is a lot of venomous snakes in Africa, so they tend to be scared of all snakes just in case. So because there's so many venomous ones, as soon as they see a snake, they don't check if it's venomous or not, they just assume it's venomous. So they get quite scared over them. So that's another thing, that they are that powerful that they can have something that everybody else is scared of. So really, really cool, really, really nice. Let's get him in his enclosure. Okay then, buddy, it's time to go in the tank. No, not back at me. In the tank. Come on. In you go. Oh, yes. There you go. Oh, lovely. Are you going in that hide, or are you going to go in the bushes? He's going to have a little explore. Absolutely stunning patterns and markings. Absolutely beautiful. You're very nice where you are, sir. You are very nice. I love the dots. Dots on the top. Really, really nice. Boop, 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 boop. Very cool. He's having to climb around, so we're leaving to it. We'll move on to the next one, which we're just going to do handling with. So both of those two have fed for me now, and will be, basically they're ready for sale now. Just a couple more days, make sure they poo and stuff like that, and I'll be really, really happy and they can go on sale. The only one that isn't ready yet is the Pinstripe. Didn't eat for me last week. She did go straight on display though. Normally I put them in the temporary housing first, get them feeding, then put them on display, but I'd run out of room and I thought it'd be nice to have her on display. But if she carries on not feeding, we will do the same thing that we did with the hognose. We will take her off display, put her in the temporary housing tubs, and then get her feeding off display, and then put her back on display when she's back in the rhythm. Fingers crossed she'll feed next week for me, but she hasn't physically moved a lot. She's still in that back corner. So we'll get her out today, have a good look at her, make sure she's doing everything she should, and we can carry on. Okay, so we can do the last bit of handling now with the Pinstripe. We're just gonna have a little bit of a look at her. So everyone else has fed, she hasn't. The only difference is she went straight onto display, everyone else went into temporary housing. So if she doesn't feed next week, this Sunday, we might put her onto temporary housing, put her off sale for a little bit, let her settle, let her feed and stuff like that. It's been 6 days she's been in the shop now. So in theory, she should be pretty settled. She hasn't moved from where she went to the back of the tank behind the bush, and that's where she stayed. She hasn't moved anywhere. Well, she possibly could have, but every time I look at the tank, she's back in the same spot. Doesn't even go in the hides, which I find peculiar. So we get her out. Hey, beautiful. Okay. So here she is, absolutely beautiful snake. I really, really like her. I think the markings are so cool and so bright and vibrant. She's really, really good Pinstripe. I also think that she's a Pinstripe yellow belly because these colours are so vibrant going down here, and they carry on just a little bit into the belly, and then if you look slightly, I don't know if you can see, but each belly scale has got a tiny, tiny little hint of yellow. So I think that she's a Pinstripe yellow belly. And I've also had my herpetologist come down and double check the snakes over, and he's happy with her as well. What we also do is we do a belly check. So what we do, if I can show you, it's a bit awkward. So we hold her up and let her belly drop, and then if you look, I put my thumb in her belly like this, and see she's pushing it down. I'm not pushing it, she's doing it. So she starts, there she goes, she's pushing it down. She's using her muscles to push my thumb down, and while it's doing that, I can feel any lumps, any bumps, anything like that. And it's a good way of checking for any growths, if she's got food inside, if she's got eggs inside. Mainly it's for growths inside that we can't see or anything like that. We'd be able to feel them by doing that, but she's absolutely fine. You can't feel any lumps and bumps. I love the patterning on her face, it's so nice. See the other side? You're turning your head, turn this way. There we go, look at that, absolutely stunning. Really, really nice, female as well, so she's going to pass on her good genes, and she's going to make babies for us, well, for somebody maybe. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with her, apart from the feeding. But, you know what I mean, first couple of days in the shop, it's fine. We don't mind her missing a couple of feeds. I'm pretty sure she's going to feed though. Big, chunky, good sized snake. These are yearlings, so they usually send me babies. So snakes that were born this year. These were born in 2021, so these were born last year. So they're probably just coming up to a year old or just under. But she's really nice. We'll do the head test. So stay there, darling, tap you on the nose. Oh, a bit of a pullback. I think she was just moving, but I'm doing more tappies. She's not moving that much, which is good. We try grab the head. She's letting me do that. We try the head cover. Oh, didn't like that, but that's fine. We can do some more handling with her. but she's not going to strike or anything like that. She's quite chilling. There you go. Yeah, she's not going to let me hold it too much, but there we go, we got it again. Well, I'm not trying to do the full training, we just want to get an idea of her temperament. So that's going to be her now. But what we're going to try and do is try and get her to go into a hide for us. So I'm going to show her the hide. There you go, darling, look, look, in you go. See, you got a hide now. Lovely job. You hide in there. Lovely. I prefer it when they've got a hide because they feel like they've got a safe space. If they're sat in the open, it makes me think they think they're little bit scared and lost and don't have anywhere to hide. So hopefully she'll stay in there now, have a nice little hidey hole, and then when it comes to feeding day, she'll feed a lot easier. Well, that's all the time I've got for today, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment and share if you haven't already. I think half of you have subscribed, half of you haven't, so if you'd like to subscribe, I would appreciate it. But it's up to you, no pressure, no pressure. If you want to watch a video, there should be one down there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's up there. If you want to watch a playlist, it's up there. If you want to help support us, there's a link in the description below. You can become one of the 8 legends of Snake Island Exotics and become a member of the tribe and help support us. You can also get Snake Island merch, which I'm rocking today. Or we got t-shirts, jumpers, the whole lot. I am getting some for in the shop, but of course I have to spend the money to get them in the shop to sell them to you and stuff like that, and it's hard to get enough money to do stuff. So I'm trying our best, So we crack on, we get more jobbos done. But that's it for today. So please like, subscribe, comment and share, ring the bell for me, and I shall see you in the future. Bye.